Just in case you're catching the replay, I want to jump right in, but I have to get everything sorted. So hopefully I'm in the wrong direction. I've been trying to go live for, I don't know, like 5 minutes, and the direction of the video was totally weird. Let's turn volume down. Oh yeah, I think I'm good. Okay, so we're gonna set this right here for now. I'm gonna slide this over here. So this, I thought I'd show everybody. Isn't this beautiful? I'm not really like a mug person. I don't buy a lot of mugs. I don't buy a lot of like tumblers or like cups. It's like, I don't like, for one thing, we live in a really small house. So like the storage situation, I can't stand when the kitchen is overrun by like random mugs. But I ran to Starbucks yesterday to get my friend a mug that she had wanted. I wanted to pick it up for her. And I saw this, reminded me of my grandma. It's so beautiful, that purple. And so I went ahead and got it. I just dropped one of the, nope, it's gone. It was just a pen. That's okay. That's nothing important. So let's do this really quick first because I just think it's so cute. Hey, Nicole. So this typically on Tuesdays is when I want to be posting my card making stuff for you guys. And I know in recent months, I have really made a switch, and I've been sharing a lot of memory keeping content. And my intention is not for card making to go completely away. Honestly, I still want to do that. The one big thing I've been focusing on is my Project Life series on Thursdays. And so that has just been taking a little bit more time to put together. And I just have not, this is actually the first time I'm sitting down at this desk to even create. So I'm making some shifts in like, we just talked about this last night, about making some shifts as to like when I'm in my office. Esau works swing shift now. So he works 1 in the afternoon to 10 at night. And it's so different for our family. He's always worked like normal, like 8 in the morning until, 5 or 6 in the evening. And of course he was on call, but he wasn't here during the day, basically, like, unless it was his day off. And now it's just, everything is so weird when you have a swing shift schedule. And so I'm just trying to make some adjustments. So Tuesdays is typically when I want to do card making for you guys and share that. And on my plan the last couple weeks is I need to make customer thank you cards to go out. And then I also want to talk about the in colors that are retiring and the new Stampin' Up colors. I know we talked about that last week or the week before, where I talked about the new colors that are coming. Just we have a handful of new colors that are coming that I'm so excited about. And pre-order for the new catalog is next month. I'm getting ready to see the catalog. There's so much fun stuff happening. I just have not had the opportunity to sit down and like do any major crafting. So I'm hoping that will change this week. And so today, what I want to do is I want to share with you a couple of things. Hey, Margaret. Welcome to the first time you're watching live. Hey, Cynthia and Julie. What I want to do is I want to show you, I get some product from Allie Edwards every month. I get her story themed kit, and then I get her stories by the month kit. I don't always share this because they're not always like card related things. That's more memory keeping. I will probably be sharing more of her stuff in the coming months as I'm sharing more memory keeping. But what I thought was really fun was her kit this month, her story theme kit. The theme is make, and how appropriate for all the things we love to make. And then I have a small Stampin' Up box here, and I am hoping that this is I'm hoping it's a certain thing, and we're going to see if it is. So, but let's look at this, and I just thought this was so fun. This is the stamp. So I get the story stamp, then I get the story-themed kit, and then because I subscribe to both and I get both every month, I get the digital stuff for free. And then the other thing I get is her stories by the month, which I'm not as excited to show you guys that because that will come later in memory keeping content. But this is just so fun. So this says handmade with so much love. And then it says date, to, and from. And then right underneath it says, here's the story. But you could cut that off and you could totally put this on the back of cards. Then it says handmade. This made my day. Made to make. I love that. Made for this. Making magic. I love that. Make a difference, which is really fun because that is actually part of the Stampin' Up! Statement of the heart, is to make a difference. This says I make stuff. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A tag. It says yes, maker's gonna make. I love that. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up. And then handmade with love. And then this is make something today. So I really love that. And then it just comes with a little thing that has a couple examples in there. But I love this. I'm going to totally use it in my card making. And then I got a couple add-ons. So the theme is all about making, which is just so fun. So you get some product. Here's some hearts. These are just vellum hearts. These are from a different kit, but you can get add-ons each month. And I loved those little hearts, and I loved these so much. I got an add-on. So then there's these, which are gold rimmed. These are silver. So these are vellum hearts that have like a silver edging. And then these are gold. And then this is fun. This is like a little felt piece. Make it count. I love that. Just what a fun theme about making stuff since, and it looks like I got 2 of the, I think that was probably an accident because you're only supposed to get 1. So I think I just accidentally got a bonus. But I love this. It's just a little word. It says make. And so whatever the theme is, you always get a word that word, whatever the theme is, you get the word. So that's fun. And I make all kinds of stuff, right? We all do. We all make so many different things. I'm currently making some paper crafting fun decor. I don't know. Do you guys want to see some fun paper decor that I'm making for my office? And that I'm getting ready to put up. So these are little rubber pieces. And this one says making memories. And then this one is like a little pencil holder. And has pencils and rulers and stuff. So that's fun. Making it work. And then the glue and the scissors. I freaking love that. That's super cute. And then this is a word phrase sheet, and it's going to be all about making things. I am a paper crafter, so I do all kinds of making. I make home decor. There's lots of pieces in my home that I've made, for decorations. It's one of my favorite things to do, and then display those. I have lots of things here in my office that I make. And then, of course, we make cards, we make scrapbooks, we make 3D items, crafty little things to, put gifts in. We make all kinds of stuff. So this is a word phrase sticker sheet, and it has all the things about making. Things you make. And then I love this. This is all tags, so it's chipboard, and it's all about making. Made for this, making my way in the world, crafting my story one day at a time. I love that. This totally made my day. Making space for something new. That's fun. Just love making things like this. I do. I love making paper things. Growing up, I used to say, let's build something. I always wanted to build something, but I'm not talented enough to build really anything. So when I found paper crafting, I was like, this is my jam, like making paper stuff. I still will make something, create something, and I'll still look at it and think like, I can't believe I made that. So here's some papers. This is fun. Some people want it to happen. Some wish it would happen. Others make it happen. I really like that. That is a quote by Michael Jordan. And then there's some of these papers. So just some, this is like a 6x8. Mine's a little warped. So there is that. And then there is the cards that are all about making. We've got to grab a X-Acto knife. I'm going to need it for the Stampin' Up box. And then there's lots of fun things to talk about Stampin' Up. So I can't wait to unbox this Stampin' Up product and share with you some Stampin' Up related news. So let's just look at this. I'm going to be careful when sometimes I slice right through that and I cut my cards. I've done that before. Make good choices. That's fun. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up. I love that. Made with, and then the little quotations. Making time for. Currently making. This made my day. Handmade with so much love, which is that stamp. Every memory we create is a footprint on the path of a life we make together. I love that. Maker's gonna making a difference, and then made for this. I love all these cards. Such great, fun cards. So then this is just the stories by the month. I'll just briefly, real quickly show you. There's some papers. So much plastic. Oh, this is the paper. And then, is there really only one in here? It's weird that it's in, I guess, I actually am thankful when they put stuff in plastic because I just had a Becky Higgins order of prints, like photo prints. And of course, I'm here in California where we are drowning in snow and rain. And the delivery guy left my box out and like I didn't know it had gotten delivered and the box was soaked. And my husband brought it in and he was like, "Did you know this was out there?" And I was like, "No, I haven't ordered anything." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, these are my photos from Becky Higgins." And thank goodness all of the photos were in plastic wrap and wrapped up really well. So none of my photos were ruined, but the box was a soppy mess. So these are just circle stickers. So just some items to tell April stories. And then let's just look at the cards. Oh, see, I wasn't careful enough. I'm definitely going to use that card. And then this card, A Beautiful Day, Current Delights. Oh, this one's cool. And then April, and then Better Days Are Coming. Some like floral pieces, and then the stamp set, which I guess they decided it was too expensive to send in the nice cases because this is not in a case. Yeah, so I love that. So that is the memory keeping product. So now let's dive into the Stampin' Up items. So in this box, I am hoping is the kit that I ordered. So here's the thing with Stampin' Up shipping that I'm not loving. So we got notice a couple months ago, that Stampin' Up was going to start shipping some packages through FedEx. So typically we get our packages through UPS. Now, I'm in California, which is really close to Utah. And so when I order something from Stampin' Up, once it ships, I get it in 2 days, typically. typically I get it in 2 days. Oh, I forgot I ordered that. And I just ordered some more of it today because I hadn't got it. Okay. So typically I get it in 2 days. So it's never an issue, right? I order my stuff and I get it in 2 days. This order, I placed the order back on March 2nd. It is now, the 21st? And I'm just now getting it. It shipped from Stampin' Up! Within 3 days. Like, they are slightly behind, but they're not terribly behind. And so I kept thinking, like, why haven't I gotten my order? Well, it's because it's coming FedEx. So if you are part of Blessed to Craft and you are currently waiting for your kit from me, it's because I haven't received the order. And it shipped. This order sat in FedEx for over a week. It's been at FedEx literally 35 minutes from my house since last Monday. So a week that it has taken me just to get it, like, once it was even in my state, in my vicinity. So I do not love that Stampin' Up! Is shipping FedEx. I hate FedEx. It is horrible. So that is a bummer. So if you're waiting for Blessed to Craft, it's literally because I have not got the product to package everything. Once I get the stuff, everything will go out that day. Everything is ready. I'm just waiting for your product to get here. So I don't know the answer other than just having to wait. I placed an order today and I'm going to see what happens. Like, I'm going to see if it's an order that takes a long time. Sometimes if it's by weight, if I can figure that out, then it's like I don't cheat the system. I just, like, I don't order things that are going to weigh less so that it will get shipped UPS. Like, I don't like it when it ships it through the post office. So I always make sure the weight of my package is more so that it won't go through the post office. So if that's the case with FedEx, if it's by weight, then I will just make sure the weight is so that it goes UPS. But it's kind of miserable. So if you are waiting to get packages or you're not, like, I know if you're back east, that happens where you don't get your packages as fast. However, if you're like, this is really weird, I've been ordering and it's taking longer, that could be why, because they're trying out different shipping methods. So I got some Bermuda Bay cardstock because I'm terrified that Bermuda Bay is going to retire. Lynn said, if only the home office here in Riverton, I never say that right, had a drive-up window, right? I've been to the home office and where they package everything. It is really fun to go. I don't know if they do tours anymore like you used to. Even if you were a customer, you could just go to the home office and be like, hey, can I see things, can I come in and hang out? And they used to let you. I don't know if they do anymore. But yeah, wouldn't that be nice if we could just drive up? I've always been so glad that I lived in California, so close to Utah, and my orders came. Like, I never even expedite my shipping because literally one time, Wendy, if you guys follow Wendy Cranford, we live right down the street from each other. And one time she expedited her order, which is really expensive, like $60, $70 expensive. And I didn't, and we both got our orders the exact same day. So I was like, yeah, I'm never expediting shipping living in California, but I don't know the deal with FedEx. Like, I hate that they're doing that. Oh my gosh, that's fun, Lynn, that you live so close. Yeah, they used to do it. Like, you used to just be able to go to the home office or call the home office and be like, I'm a customer. I'd love. Inside the home office is really cool. They have several rooms that they decorate with all paper crafting stuff. Like, all of the decorations are done in paper crafting. And like, they have this one room that has like well, they did when I went there. I don't know if they do now, but they had like an old rolling top desk, and it was all set up with all this beautiful stationery, and they have all the samples from the catalogs. I did it was a really fun, like, kind of like meeting conference, but it was just for a small group of demonstrators. And I got to do a tour of the home office. We got to do like the conference. And then at the very end, we got to see the picking line where they pick all the orders. Like, we got to go on there and like see them. It was actually the first time I ever met Shelly, and I didn't know who she was. I was like, why is everybody taking pictures with this woman? Like, why is it so exciting? And I asked later, and they were like, that's Shelly, like the founder of the company. And I was like, oh, had no idea. Like, but it is fun, but I don't know if they do it anymore. Okay, so I'm terrified that Bermuda Bay is going to retire. So coming up in the brand new catalog that is launching in May. So I will see it. I'm going to see it next week and I will report all the details. I won't be able to show you, but I'm going to see the new colors. I will see what colors are retiring. And the day I see the catalog, I literally am going to I get to see the catalog on March 28th. So if you are wanting to know about the colors and like what's retiring and what's not, I am going to blast out the information of what colors are retiring the moment I see them. So the very first thing I'm going to do is cry if Bermuda Bay is part of it. And then I'm going to send out a message on my Facebook page of the colors that are retiring. I am terrified that Bermuda Bay is retiring because it is my all-time favorite color. This Bermuda Bay was not even in the color lineup when I started with Stampin' Up. It had long retired and it came back in our last color refresh. So I'm hoping that it stays. There's one that's similar to this that I positively know is coming back. And I'll tell you right now what that one is. I can show you. And that is Pretty Peacock is coming back. I don't know if it's coming back as an in color or if I'm assuming it's going to make it into our lineup. If I had to guess, I would say it might replace Night of Navy. I mean, I almost can't imagine Night of Navy being replaced, but you know, I do know Pretty Peacock is coming back. So, I just know, and I'll tell you why I know in a few minutes when we get to the next product. So I got a set of cardstock. Now I have 2 re-inkers and I have a ink pad. Now for the re-inkers, when you buy a re-inker, it's probably going to last you your lifetime. Like I have ink pads I've had for 6 or 7 years and still have not had to re-ink. I always buy the ink pad and the re-inker together. I learned my lesson a long time ago to just spend the money right away, get the ink pad and the re-inker so that I have those, because there's been issues sometimes where they sell out. I had I don't know if you guys remember a couple years back, the purple posy. There were issues with that, and I was one of the few that had a stamp pad and a re-inker because I purchased those in pre-order right away, and by the time they pulled the re-inkers and the ink pad, like not everybody had gotten a re-inker, but I did because I bought mine together. So learned my lesson right then. I always get a re-inker with my ink pad. I have an extra Bermuda Bay because I love the color so much, and I mean, I may just get one more re-inker, but one re-inker will probably last you your lifetime. Like it does not, a little bit goes such a long way. So I got a set of cardstock because it's a color that I just have to have. Okay. I'm going to do this last because this was the thing that I thought it was, and I want to talk about it. And then I got a few things off the clearance rack. I got this embossing folder. And I got a couple of these because they're on the clearance rack. They're just really pretty. And then I got some of this twine. So you could, anytime this kind of stuff is on the clearance rack, I just tend to pick it up because it's such a good price. So that's the twine, and then that's the embellishments. And then I had this embossing folder and it broke, and I picked it up again so that I would have it because I love it. So I'll just stick that in my embossing folders. So that's nothing exciting. This is brand new, and this is why we know that Pretty Peacock is coming back, because if you look at Stampin' Up on the back here, it will tell you which colors coordinate. So on the back of this, the colors that coordinate, and this paper, I believe, I want to say this is in the new catalog, like this is an early release, but it could be an exclusive. Quite honestly, I'm losing track of what exactly is exclusives and what exactly is an early release and what exactly is like another category. So this is the Hello Irresistible 6x6 paper. The colors that coordinate are Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, which is not in our current color lineup, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and Soft Seafoam. So a few things. This makes me feel like Soft Seafoam is not retiring, which that's going to make me sad because I hate that color. But then also Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon, we've been told are coming back. So I know a lot of demonstrators are freaking out and they're like, oh my God, we have this paper and we have 2 colors and we don't have the cardstock and we don't have the ink pads. And what if I didn't save my ink pad? And how am I ever going to use this paper when I don't have 2 colors that coordinate with it? Okay, like I'm not kidding you. There's demonstrators losing their ever-loving mind. It's like the end of the world. Like the edge is coming and they're going over the edge and they're like freaking out. Here's the thing. You don't need Pretty Peacock and an ink pad to use this paper. You don't need Lost Lagoon to use this paper. There are several other colors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 other colors you can use with this. If you want to use Pretty Peacock as a base, and maybe we'll make something, you can use the pattern paper as a base if you don't have the cardstock. Okay? So I just know, like, I'm kind of laughing at demonstrators that are losing their ever-loving mind, not knowing what, like, not having this color. And the amount of demonstrators losing their mind over not knowing the colors that are coming with the refresh is bizarre to me. It's really not a big deal. Like, this paper is beautiful. There is a stamp set that goes with it. I didn't get the stamp set because I do like the stamp set. I actually almost ordered it this morning. The dies are not available. They are currently unavailable. They will come back. If you get the stamp set, you could totally fussy cut. That was my thought, is that I was thinking I might just fussy cut it. But then I thought maybe I want the dies, so I held off on ordering it. So there's a stamp set that coordinates with this. This is beautiful paper. There is plenty that you can do with this, even if you don't. I have the Pretty Peacock stamp pad because I saved mine. I like the color. And so I saved that ink pad. But like, here's a perfect, you don't need cardstock. Use this for a layer as if it was cardstock. I promise you can still use this even not having those colors. And the Lost Lagoon, it's not very heavily featured. I feel like Pretty Peacock is really heavily featured in this paper, but I really don't think that Lost Lagoon is all that like featured in here. I feel like Pretty Peacock, Daffodil Delight, I feel like is really featured. The pink, the petal, this is beautiful, would make a great base. Here's that Soft Seafoam. This is beautiful together. The Soft Seafoam goes really well with this, these colors. This would be really pretty to spray with glitter. I would totally do that, but it's pouring down rain. You have to open the door to do that. You can't do it. You know, it has to be ventilated. But this is gorgeous. And like I said, I don't really think that Lost Lagoon is all that featured in here. I think Pretty Peacock is more featured in here, but it's beautiful, beautiful paper, and you can still use it even if you don't have those colors. Those colors will be available in May. Okay, so heads up, and let me catch up on comments. Life is too short to worry about having the right color. I agree with you. I mean, listen, like, I'm a part of some Facebook groups that are exclusive to Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, and I am I kind of laugh. Like, I kind of just sit back and laugh at these demonstrators losing their ever-loving mind. Stampin' Up! Is having to do an entire global meeting about these colors because so many demonstrators, I mean, when I tell you they're losing their mind, I mean, they're not only just losing their mind, they're nasty. They're like nasty and mean about it. And I'm just like, what is the deal? Like, get the paper and make something pretty. Like, have a chocolate bar and make a card. Like, you're totally fine. It is not a big deal. And even the new colors that are coming, somebody was like, what if every color retires? What if 30 colors from Stampin' Up! Retire? And I'm like, who cares? If you I mean, I'm not getting rid of Bermuda Bay. Okay, like, you're still gonna see me use Bermuda Bay, even if it retires. I promise you, I will use Bermuda Bay. But it's not a big deal. Like, so then they retire. Like, I'm so excited for a color refresh. The last time Stampin' Up! Did a color refresh was several years ago. They're committed to doing a color refresh every 3 to 5 years. They've delayed it because of COVID. So because COVID happened and they had so many supply chain issues, they couldn't even get the, this part of the ink pad. The ink pads are put together at the home office. So this foam piece and the inking is all put together at the home office. I've seen them do it. But this plastic piece comes from China. So they couldn't get the plastic pieces, to put together the ink pads. And so I know they delayed the color refresh because of that. So they're committed to doing it every 3 to 5 years. And the last time they did it, it was amazing. I mean, and Stampin' Up! Is very, very on point and trendy with their colors. So I am totally not worried about it. And I'm with Lynn. Hey, Kathy, it is too much. It is not worth it to be mean to anybody over paper crafting products. Like, I do not get that at all. I do not understand that. And it also is not worth losing an ounce of sleep over new colors coming. I'm just ecstatic. I'm terrified Bermuda Bay will retire, but I'm excited about new colors, and I'm really excited about a new catalog. And I would love to know, as customers, as you know, you're watching, or even if you're a demonstrator, there's been a lot of chit chat about this catalog, the spring catalog that we had. It launched in January, and it is ending at the end of next month. So it's available 4 months. That's what our mini catalogs will be available for. So January, February, March, and April will be this mini, and then September, October, November, and December will be the holiday catalog. And then Stampin' Up! Is releasing exclusive product in between that's not in a catalog. And I wonder if you guys, I love it. I think it's the perfect amount of time. I hated the catalog being 6 months long. I just got so tired of it. That I like the 4 months. So I'm wondering how you guys feel about it. Do you like it? Do you think it's too short? Do you think it should be longer? Did you like the 6 months better? I would just love to know, just out of curiosity. So this is a new kit. This kit is I've been waiting for this all month. I'm so excited for it. This is the colorful Kaleidoscope kit. This is an online exclusive, meaning it's not featured in a catalog. And sorry, I had to have a little coffee. And the colors are beautiful. So it comes with these pieces here, which, listen, I love this. I know you can get dies that do this kind of stuff. Maybe we'll put some of these together. Maybe these will be my customer thank you cards this month. I know you can get dies to do this. I know you can do this kind of stuff on the Cricut. But sometimes it can be finicky. Sometimes dies don't work perfectly. Sometimes it's a big pain to get all the little pieces out of this. So sometimes it's just nice to get a kit and it already be done. Like, this is so beautiful. So I love this. And like I said, I wanted to make this kit. These are the die cut pieces, and then you have the envelopes, which look at the inside of the envelopes. How beautiful is this? So there's those, and then this. Does this list colors that this coordinates with? It does not. So here's all the cards. And then it shows you how to put them together. So you get instructions. Coordinating colors. Bermuda Bay. That gives me hope, you guys. If this kit has Bermuda Bay in it, maybe it's not retiring. Also, Calypso Coral, which I love. Oh, but it has gray granite, and I was hoping gray granite would retire. Night of Navy and Petal Pink. Oh, maybe this is a good sign, because this was just released this month. So maybe Bermuda Bay isn't retiring. Oh, there's some hope. I would love to use the inside of the envelope as a card base. Yeah, particularly this one. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll just open that up and make a card. Well, look. So here's the envelope, inside of the envelopes. Then here's the card bases. And look at the gold on there. So there's that, which is, they might have. Okay, so there's that. Let's just look at these. Then there's this. Does that match? It sure does. Oh, Lynn, we might be excited. Oh, look at that. So the card has gold. So then how the heck do these pieces fit in? Oh. Okay, this is going to be weird. Okay, so there's the envelopes. Okay. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Nobody worry. Okay, so there's the card bases, the envelopes. We're going to make one of these cards and see. So then the other things you get are these stupid glue dots. I hate them. Andrew would say stupid is a very nasty word. And then these pieces to layer. And then you get some of these strips, which I love, love, love these foam strips. So I'm glad to have some more of those. Okay, and then the stamp set is this thanks stamp set. May your day be filled with light and love. I love that. Wishing you a magical birthday. That light and love one is a little bit hippie-ish, right? It's like a little bit of a hippie saying. Light and love. Like, let's all meditate. I mean, I'm not knocking that. I'm totally fine with all of that, but it just is funny. It's a funny saying. Just because you're so special to me. I love that. And then thank you, thank you, thank you. I say that all the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's kind of fun. And then thanks, I just can't thank you enough. That's a little bit repetitive. And I love you so much. That'd be cute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love you so much. Okay, so should we make a card? Should we just, oh, and then in here, because with the kits, you always get a Stampin' Spot. So we have gray granite, which you can re-ink these Stampin' Spots. So by this time, I have just about a full collection of Stampin' Up! Colors in the, I might have, oh, let's check it out, you guys. I just might have Lost Lagoon in a Stampin' Spot. So I have this cute box from Stampin' Up! I covered the top of it. And this is where I keep my spots. Mint Macaroon. Bumblebee. See, I have Bumblebee. Oh, Roroco Rose. Terracotta Tile. Evening Evergreen. Blushing Bride. Grapefruit. Yeah, I have colors that have retired in here. Real Red. Oh gosh, what if Cherry Cobbler? What if they get rid of Cherry Cobbler? Bermuda Bay, Soft Succulent, Pool Party, Call Me Clover, Just Don't Call Me Late for Dinner, Poppy Parade, Coastal Cabana, Island Indigo, Pretty Peacock, Blackberry Bliss, Just Jade, Garden Green, Shaded Spruce, Rich Razzleberry. I don't think I have Lost Lagoon. Mint Macaroon. Yeah, so, well, that's a bummer. I thought maybe I would get lucky. But you can re-ink these as well. So save those and then re-ink them. And then in here you always get a block. And I just ordered... Okay, so on this morning's order, I ordered 10 of these. And we're going to do a fun project with these. So I'm not going to use these for stamping. I bought them for a different reason. And we're going to do something fun with them. So I will definitely share that with you guys. Okay, I'm not going to use this because I don't like how thin it is. And I like that the Stampin' Up! Blocks have the finger groove. That like makes a real difference. Okay, so let's make a card. Maybe, I think I'm just going to use these for my customer thank you cards. I was going to do something different, but let's just use this beautiful kit that I've been wanting to play with. Okay, so I'm going to pretty much follow the instructions because these are a bit weird. So let's start with the gray one that Lynn and I like. Tell me in the comments. Okay, let's do this. And if you're catching the replay, you can do this too. Where's the other card base? Oh, the Calypso Coral. Okay, can you guys see these all? Let me make sure you can see them all. Okay, in the comments, pick your favorite. So do 1, 2, or 3. And in the comments, pick which one is your favorite. So if your favorite is this one, put a 1 in the comments. If your favorite is this one, put a 2 in the comments. And if your favorite is this bottom one, put a 3. Mine is 3. So that's the one we're going to start with. So let's do that. So I'm going to take a bone folder and I just like to crease. Even though there's a fold there, your bone folder is your best friend and it's always going to give you a nice, good, solid crease. Okay. Okay, next, for the gray one, it wants us to use this. That's what it wants us to do. But doesn't that look weird? Does that make anybody else dizzy? Oh, you know what you need to do? You know what you have to do? You have to add your foam. Now, I am just going to use my big roll of foam because it's going to be easier, but you can use the foam. I like these for tiny sentiments. So let's add, I know, right? That's what I'm thinking. Let's do one the way they tell us to, and then we will rebel and we will do it however we want. That's kind of my new motto in the crafting industry right now, is to rebel and do what I want. I'm getting ready to have, well, I have a teenager in my house. Kayla is, I mean, she's officially a teenager. So that can be kind of scary to... Oh, you know what? Why am I not using my non-stick scissors? Oh, now look at that. Every crafter should have a non-stick pair of scissors. That was way better. Look at those just glide off like butter. Okay. Okay, that was the best investment ever. Non-stick scissors for the win. Okay. This little guy. This would also, these pieces would be really fun to do a shaker card. And y'all know I don't do shaker cards. Shaker cards and me, we don't get along. Andrew is desperate for me to make, if this is your first time catching my video, Andrew is my son. And we like watching crafting, like card making videos together. And he is desperate. Well, I'm going to need to stamp a sentiment on here, I think. He really wants to make a, oh, nope, I sure don't. Okay, so we're fine. Okay, so wants us to have it popped up, which it just like kind of that design hurts my head. So this foam is just foam tape. So it's gonna stick our piece down, but it's gonna give it some dimension. I get my foam tape on Amazon. I get it in a pack of 2, which is, they're bigger than this. Do I have a brand new one? Yeah, I do. I'll show you what it looks like brand new. I've used that one. So it comes in a pack of 2, and I think it's like 11 bucks or $8. I can link it if anybody wants me to link it. I can. I also have an Amazon storefront. It's just the place I stick all of the things I get from Amazon. It's organized nicely, like all the adhesive is together. And if you use that, it is an affiliate link and I get a little bit of a kickback. It doesn't cost you anything extra. And it's really not all that phenomenal. I mean, I think I get like an $8 check from Amazon every 2 years. Okay, so, okay, well, I can see how that, oh, I see it lines up. Gotta hold it back. Okay. It lines up a little. You got to line it up. Okay, so the next thing that we have to do the sentiment are these pieces. So it wants us to use this piece. I'm just following the instructions, y'all. I'm not even following the instructions. I'm just following the photo. So then it wants us to use one of these, and then it wants us to stamp. And I think it's going to be beautiful stamped in. Okay, so right here, with your Stampin' Spot, what I like to do is I slice it right here. And then I leave this part on the back. So that way I don't lose my lid. Or lose my ever-loving mind, which could happen. Okay, just because you're so special to me is what's going to fit. So we'll take that off. I like to just lay it down on my grid. You could use your stamp positioning tool if you wanted. And then with these little ones, I like to, let's season these. So let me show you. I know I do this every time. If you've seen my videos before, you've seen me do this, okay? But it's something I get asked all the time. And I was reading a comment today on another Facebook page, and they were saying that they were new to card making and they were watching videos and the videos they were watching wasn't helpful. And I kind of got a little offended, okay? I kind of was like, what are you talking about? I do all these videos, and what do you mean they're not helpful? They weren't talking about my videos specifically, but they were just saying card videos aren't helpful, that they're trying to learn how to make cards and they're not helpful. And then I just thought about it for a minute, and I thought, okay, sometimes I just get so excited and I'm just making the thing that I forget if you're brand new to the hobby, you might not know all the things. So I want to try to be better about when I am showing stuff that I am helpful in some way. So you can see I just stamped this. I always suggest that you test stamp before you stamp your project. Okay, so because Once you stamp your project, you're screwed, right? It's done. Like you've stamped it. If it comes out blotchy, you're just screwed. And you're just like, okay, throw it in the trash. I'm so angry. I just bought all this stuff and it didn't work. And what's the matter? And then you feel like, what did I do wrong? So I always suggest you test stamp. So I've tested my stamp and it's blotchy. It's very, very blotchy. So if you can see that, it just has like all these spots in it. It's not solid. Now, sometimes it's your paper, sometimes it's the ink. You want to make sure you have really good quality paper and really good quality ink, okay? This is just a piece of scratch paper, but I know it'll be fine. When I stamp my project, I know it'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this off and I'm going to season this stamp set. Now, there's a couple ways that you can do this. The first way is you can just run it on your hand. And see how that kind of turns white? It's like it's slightly like has this white tint to it compared to this one that's clear. So it's got this like white tint to it, right? So then you can try it again. And what that does is it allows the ink to set into the stamp. Now, don't freak out if your stamps get stained, okay? This is something that I am going to change in the stamping world. It is okay if your stamps get stained. That means you're using them. There's nothing wrong with it. The way that clear stamps, photopolymer stamps are made, they're made to absorb ink. Some inks absorb differently. Red tends to really stain it. If you have a permanent ink, it's going to stain your stamps. There's nothing wrong with that. It is the best if your stamps are stained. Okay? So you can see the difference right away of how much crisper the image is. Okay? So let's try this one and I'm going to show you another way to season it. Okay, so we get our stamp out. We're so excited. We stamp it. What the heck? It's crappy. I'm so angry, right? Okay. So there's a couple things that you can use. I'm going to show you all three. A little stamping lesson here is what we're having. Okay. The other three things, now your hand is the easiest. Like you just saw, I just rubbed it on my hand. I'll rub it on my wrist. I'll rub it like the palm of my hand. The greases from your hands. It roughs up the stamp and like bada bing. Like it's great. If you don't want to use your hand, you can use a nail file. I'm going to do all three on this. Okay. You just rub it over the stamp until it turns a slight color, okay? The next is a sanding block. Okay, both of these I got from Amazon in a pack of, 6,000. Like, it was crazy. Like, I think I got 50 nail files, and I think I got in 100. So this is a sanding block, okay? So you can use the sanding block. Rough that up until it's a different color, okay? The surface. The other thing you can use is a mono sand eraser. My favorite thing ever. I got these on Amazon, a pack of 2. It is the mono sand eraser, okay, by Tombow. It'll say for ink. This will help you if you make mistakes with stamping, like you get a little, you touch something and you get a little piece of ink on something you don't want it to be there. You can sand it right off your paper. Okay, so I've done all three. I've used all three methods on here. Okay, so this is what we did first. Okay, that's what we did first. And then we're going to do this again. So I've just blown off all the, pieces. We're going to ink this up. And then let's stamp again. Sometimes you have to do it, you know, more than once. But already you can see such a difference in the image. Now I pushed really hard. This is just, it's not stamping paper. It's just a scrap of paper that was on my desk. So it's not, you know, it's not going to be like prime stamping on there, but you can see already the difference. And you might have a few little fuzzies on there. So you just take, I just like to take a wipe or your cleaning tool, your, you know, if you have the cleaning, the scrubber, the Stampin' Scrubber from Stampin' Up, that will work too to clean it. And sometimes, you know, you got to clean it, you got to sand it and then clean it once and then stamp it again. Just always test until you are really happy with the image you're getting. See, that's even better. That looks really, really good. So once you're happy with the image that you're getting, then stamp your project. Okay. And that looks pretty good. I'm gonna do this one more time. I just did this with my hand. And like I said, I prefer the sand eraser. I just feel like I buff that up and I just feel like it does better. And then anytime I get my stamp wet, I just dry it on my hand. Sometimes if I'm using blue or red ink or the combination, it'll look like my hand's all bruised. My husband will be like, what in the heck did you do? I'm like, nothing, it's just ink. Okay, so then let's do it again. Let's do a test stamp before we stamp on our project. Get that ink really into that stamp. And it just conditions our stamp really nicely. Also, you want to be aware of like how your ink reacts. So it's always good to test stamp because different inks have different formulas. So they're going to react differently. And I usually, I'm going to get really close, you guys. So I'm off camera, but I'm just stamping right on this. I only stamp with one, currently, I actually have some new inks to try out, but I've only ever really used Stampin' Up inks until recently. And so I know how Stampin' Up inks work, and I'm totally comfortable with those. So here's my piece here. So I'm totally comfortable with my Stampin' Up inks, but I recently... Let me just show you. I recently got Lawn Fawn inks, and they're going to be different than my Stampin' Up inks. So it's going to be a good thing for me to test out my pieces, like when I'm stamping, so that I'm familiar with it. So let's just add this flat since I already have so much popped up on that. My desk is wet from cleaning that, so I'm just gonna this, and then we'll layer it. Okay. And then we're going to layer, I stamped it twice. Which side was, I keep dropping it. Oh, that's so cute. Slide it over. Oh, that is so cute. So then let's find those embellishments, these gold ones. Oh, that's so pretty. And then I'm going to do something I normally don't do. And I'm going to try to move this over. Yeah, that's better. That's more even. Okay. And then add this. That is normally not what I do with my embellishments, but oops. Popped that right off. Okay. I'm getting a little too precise. Okay, so that is that one. And then we'll pair it with that envelope we love. I mean, it sort of does cover up the... You could slice, you know, some of this off, or slice, you know, maybe what I would do to just have more of that showing is... slice... It's so delicate. I'm just eyeballing this. Oh yeah, that's pretty good actually. I'm quite impressed that I sliced that so well. Okay, let's find another one of these. And then you want to line it up with that. Oh, like this. So then that way you have more of that design showing, you know, and then you could do the same thing, or sometimes, Margaret, sometimes the red rubber ones maybe don't always need to be seasoned. It's the way they make them. So the photopolymer, and actually I've been to Stampin' Up and seen them made. Like I actually have, I'll try to find a photo, and actually maybe I can find it on my iPad right now. The way that the photopolymer ones are made, they have like a film on them, and so it can prevent the ink from like soaking in to the actual stamp. Let me do years and go. What year would it have been? I think would it have been this year? You would think. Nope. I have a bunch of photos. I'll have to try to find the photos. Oh, right here. Here they are. Okay. Let me show you guys. This is just kind of fun. Okay, so let me see. Okay, yeah, you can see. So they're made on this sheet, and the way that they're made, there's like a film that is on it. Let me see if there's another one. You can see, and they're also inspected by hand. So if you can see, like there's some red circles around different ones. They are inspected, like each stamp is inspected by a person. So it's really incredible the way that these are made. So you see they go in this machine and they cut them down. So it's really just the way that they are created in this machine, and the way they like, not squirt, that's not the right word, but they like, and not hose, that's not the right word either, but like the way that they are created, it's just really incredible. Here they are like in the actual machine. So it's just, that's why. So red rubber stamps are made totally different than the photopolymer. How does it look with the other side up? Elizabeth is asking. How does it look with the other side up? Which other side? I'm confused. Like this side? Like with just the white? I don't know that you would be able to tell if that's what, I'm not sure that's what you mean, but let me know, Elizabeth. So you could do, like, if you wanted more of this design to show, so you could do it this way. And then popping it up does make a difference for sure. It gives it more of that kaleidoscope look, but you could add it like that. And then they have these like hexagon ones, so you could put your sentiment on like that. That's kind of cute. Now, if you were popping this up, you would definitely use, where's these? You would definitely want to use these. And these are really strong, but they're really thick. They're much thicker than the foam I just was using. So they're going to stand up even more. But let's just try it and see how it looks. And make sure you use this part of the foam. So don't just use this part. Make sure you cut this part up and use it too. Okay, and then I'm going to use my non-stick scissors because that is the way to go. Ooh, the rain is coming down. Okay. All right, and then let's stamp this and then we'll put it all together. I had a hard time to get the puffin stamp to stamp the ink. Okay, that's what I just showed you, Elizabeth. Where did that piece of paper go? That's what you need to do. Where did that paper go? I just had it. What in the world? Where did it go? Did it fall off? Oh, good. I don't know how the guy next door is running a chainsaw in the rain, but this dude finds a way to run a chainsaw every day. I don't know where my paper went, but go back, and that's what you need to do. Go back and watch. If you missed that part, you need to season the stamp. So, like, I'll do it with this one. I guess just, like, let's re-stamp, I guess, so I can show. So this one, if we use this, and when you're stamping with a Stampin' Spot, this is felt, okay? So the way this stamp set is made is with felt. If I use my regular stamp pad from Stampin' Up, this is foam. So they're different. They're totally different. So see how blotchy it is? Is this what you're talking about, Elizabeth? Where it's like really blotchy and bubbly? Okay, so if that's happening, you just take one of these methods. Season it up. It's not going to hurt your stamp sets. I mean, I guess if like for 45 minutes you like filed it, I guess it probably would. But roughing it up is not going to hurt your stamp. You can do it on your hand. And then see the difference. And sometimes with your red rubber, sometimes that does happen. Like every now and again, it's just the red rubber is less likely to do that than the photopolymer. So it's just the way the photopolymer are made. So it makes such a difference. Girl, you got to reach out to me when that happens and be like, what is the problem? And I'm just going to use my regular. I prefer my regular stamp pads. Stampin' Up stamp pads are foam and not felt. And there is just a difference in the way that you can stamp. Whew, the rain is coming down, you guys. Okay. All right, so now let's put this card together. And just we'll see more of the design. So if you're really wanting to see that design, it's so beautiful. You could also just stick a sentiment on here. Like if you wanted to use these pieces on just cardstock, you could do that too. They would be really beautiful. It'd be really pretty to put these behind like gold, like on gold paper. Okay. So the thing is with these, you just want to get it lined up. I think that's the key. Whoa. It's easier on the other one to get it lined up because you just line it up with the line of the card. If you're going to do this with less... Oh yeah, these foam pieces are massive. That pops it up a ton. Whoo! I mean, this one looks flat compared to this one. And this one's crooked. I can tell that it's crooked. And then I'm just going to use regular adhesive on one side. And then a little bit, I'm going to cut this foam. I'm going to have to clean these scissors. Use the non-stick scissors. Stop it. Okay. So I'm going to use that side piece. Oh, see, that's pretty too. And then... I don't know. Do I need another one on there? I guess it's not going to hurt. So that's how you can get more of the design. You could also put these in the middle here. That would be pretty too. Yeah, no problem, Margaret. And after I saw that comment on Facebook, I was like, maybe I need to like be more like show more technique. I just forget. I get to creating, you know. Yeah, so hopefully the seasoning process, Elizabeth, like hopefully that will help what's happening. And next time, just hit me up. Yeah, so here's these two. I really like them. I think I am just going to use these for customer thank you cards this month. So if you placed an order with me this month, you will get one of these cards. And then there's several other designs that I will do. I've lost all my pieces. They're buried. The blue and the Calypso Coral, they're really beautiful. The Calypso Coral is going to look like this. I just want to keep making these. I just have not had the time to craft. So I guess you could do it, yeah, it would be this way. So these are white. Is that right? I feel like that's not pretty. And then you put the pink. I mean, it is pretty, but I feel like it covers up that whole thing. I think I like these just better like this. Like that with the gold on there. I don't know that I like this piece on here. And then the blue one has the Bermuda Bay. And this one's pretty. Which again, I mean, I'm not positive that I like that. I almost just like this with this. So I don't know, I'll have to play around and figure it out. And in the blog post, you'll see more photos when I get the blog post written. But I really like the way these came out. So this was a really fun kit to wait for. I'm glad I got this. This was like a split-second decision to get this, and I'm really glad that I did. The bottom piece looks like a Band-Aid. It does. You're right on that one. It does. So that is the all the fun I have for you guys today. I will take photos of this and I will put them on my Facebook, and I will get a blog post written. And then remember, on the 28th, I'll do a reminder for sure. But remember, the 28th is when I'm finding out all of the details about the new club colors. And I will either be crying that Bermuda Bay is retiring, or I'll be ecstatic, and I will put out all of the information so that if you want to get re-inkers for colors that are retiring. I will say that the in colors, so these in colors right here, what's the other one? There's this one. Pale Papaya is the other one. What's the other color? Pale Papaya, it's not Cinnamon Cider. That one's been gone for a while. Misty Moonlight? Is it Misty Moonlight? No, it can't be. Is it these? There are 4 colors that are for sure retiring. I don't know if it's Misty Moonlight. I have a bunch of ink pads out as I was figuring things out. The in colors that are the 2021 through 2023 in colors are for sure retiring. So if you want these colors, if you want the cardstock, the re-inker, or the ink pad, they are going to sell out. They may already be sold out. Like, there are already people talking about them, demonstrators using them and talking about them. I'm going to be featuring these next week. But if you want any of these colors, now is the time to get them. So I always go in, I get, like, there's ribbon, there's Evening Evergreen ribbon that's beautiful. I used it for Christmas this year. That will be retiring. So anything in these colors. Oh yes, it's the purple one. You're right. Thank you, Carol. It's the one I can never say. Fresh Fiesta? That's not it. I always say Fiesta, and it's not. It's the purple one. I got rid of that. I hate that color. That's terrible to say. I've never liked the color, and I can't say it. So I got rid of that one. I pulled it right off my shelf and, like, tossed it. So if you want anything in these colors, cardstock, inks, re-inkers, any of the ribbon that goes with it, or even the paper. So if you get the 6x6 paper, I actually might not have any of it because I knew this color was I don't have any of it. But our basic paper, the 6x6 basic paper, if you want that with those colors, you need to get it now, ASAP, because they are gone, going, gone. And I always have somebody that is like a week after they sell out that emails me that's like, oh, I missed, polished pink or evening evergreen, and I really want that color, or I really need the re-inker, or I saw ribbon that I really wanted. And there's just, once it's gone, it's gone. And you guys, people are crazy right now. They are putting stuff on eBay. Listen, I'm just going to tell you a little secret that is well known in this space. There are demonstrators that purchase multiple. They will go and they will purchase 30 sets of the in color ink pads, and they will put them on eBay and they will sell them. No, they are not supposed to do that. Yes, it is against policy. Everybody denies it, but I know that there are demonstrators doing this. So that's the other thing. So if you want it, I'm not trying to this isn't like a scare tactic. I'm just saying, if you want the colors, make sure you get them now, because this is the time they start going out and people start marking them up on eBay, and it's ridiculous. Or in Facebook groups as well, like Facebook selling groups, they start marking them up like crazy. I just saw a Stamparatus marked up in a group for like $80. You can get that on the Stampin' Up website right now. Like, it's ridiculous. So FYI, that's what's happening. Okay, so I'll be back on Thursday for Project Life Thursday, and hopefully on Friday for another project. And thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or you need help with anything, you can always hit me up via email or in the comment section. You can leave a comment, and I try to reply to all of the comments and make sure if anybody needs help that I can get them help. And as always, you guys, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for crafting with me and hanging out. I do enjoy it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to take you off the stand. I'm just going to show you my mess I have here. I just created some scrapbook layouts with this right here, which isn't a Stampin' Up product, but I created 4 layouts with that and shared that recently. So, and then here's all of our Ali Edwards stuff. I'll be putting all of this away right now. I'm going to clean up. And then right over there, see right over there are some paper flowers that are going to get hung up here in my office that I'm excited about, but I need my husband's help because they're going way up high. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will chat with you later.